in 1969, a killer sent 4 coded messages to newspapers, daring the police to catch him. 3 of them were solved, but one, the 340-character cipher, sat unsolved for 51 years. When it was finally cracked in 2020, what it said made codebreakers even more confused, because the message didn't say what everyone expected. Between December 1968 and October 1969, someone calling himself the Zodiac killed at least 5 people around the San Francisco Bay Area. What made him different from other killers of his time wasn't just the murders. It was that he wanted to be a celebrity. He wrote taunting letters to newspapers, signed them with a crossed circle symbol, and embedded secret codes inside them, claiming the ciphers would reveal his identity. He sent 4 ciphers in total. The first, 408 characters long, was cracked in less than a week by a school teacher and his wife, working from their kitchen table. It revealed a chilling motive. He said killing gave him something he called the most dangerous animal of all to hunt: human beings. 3 more ciphers followed. 2 of them, 32 and 13 characters, have never been solved, and most researchers believe they might not even contain real messages. But the 4th one, sent in 1969, 340 characters long, became an obsession. FBI cryptographers tried. NSA analysts tried. Amateur codebreakers around the world tried for 5 decades. Nothing worked. In December 2020, 3 men who had never met in person, an American programmer, a Belgian engineer, and an Australian mathematician, cracked it. Not with AI, not with a supercomputer. They used something almost embarrassingly simple. They stopped assuming the cipher had to be read left to right. The Zodiac had written the message in a diagonal snaken pattern that ran back and forth across the grid instead of in straight lines. Once they saw that, the code opened up in days. The FBI confirmed it. The decoded message read, roughly, that Helkuloi was having fun trying to be caught, and that he wasn't afraid of the gas chamber because it would send him to paradise all the sooner. And here's the part that made this both a triumph and a letdown for investigators. The message contained no name, no confession of identity, no address, just taunts. Which raises the real question this case has always come down to. Was the cipher ever meant to reveal who he was? Or was the entire point just to make people like us keep looking? 50 years later, over the decades, investigators have looked at dozens of suspects. Some had circumstantial links, handwriting similarities, alibis with gaps, personal grudges against victims. DNA evidence from the envelopes has been degraded by decades of handling, and to date, no suspect has been definitively confirmed through modern forensics. Cold case units in California continue re-examining evidence using genetic genealogy, the same method that cracked the Golden State Killer case back in 2018. Here's what I find strange, and it's something most videos on this case don't say out loud. The 1969 cipher took 51 years to crack, not because it was mathematically brilliant, but because everyone assumed a serial killer in his 30s, writing from a payphone, wouldn't use something as clever as a pattern like that. We underestimated him because we didn't want to believe an ordinary, unremarkable man could outthink trained cryptographers for half a century. And honestly, that might be the real horror of the Zodiac case, not the murders. The fact that intelligence and evil aren't mutually exclusive, and we still don't want to admit that. The case remains officially open. 2 ciphers are still unsolved. The FBI still accepts tips, and every few years, someone, an amateur, a student, a retired codebreaker, claims to have finally cracked the last 2. None of those claims has held up under scrutiny. If you had 51 years and a piece of paper with 340 symbols on it, would you still be trying? Tell me in the comments what you think that last cipher actually says.